Hello everybody, this is Dan once again, this time with a topic from the Old Testament, and it's about the prophet Hosea and Gomer. No, not Gomer Pyle. Golly. Uh, he was known as a minor prophet, and his wife was named Gomer. Now remember, as we mentioned in an earlier video, the designation of minor for some prophets was a librarian's term. It just means that their books were slightly shorter than the others. Doesn't mean they were less important. Now, the name Hosea means salvation or he saves. Hosea prophesied for quite some time from approximately 785 to 725 BC. The nation had split into Israel in the north and Judah in the south after the death of King Solomon. Hosea was told to witness to Israel and warn them that their sin was about to be judged by God. Now, in spite of their prosperity and their strong army, which had recovered most of their previously lost territory, they had turned away from God and worshipped idols, false gods from pagan nations. It was a form of spiritual adultery. About 100 years later, Jeremiah would preach a similar message to the southern kingdom of Judah. To provide a visual prototype or example, Hosea was instructed to take a harlot and take her as a wife, and this harlot was Gomer. This symbolized Jesus, who purchased us, the bride of Christ, even though we were far from God, just as an adulterous woman is far from her husband. Hosea obeyed God and purchased Gomer. Now you can read the story in one setting through the Blue Letter Bible link below, and check out the other links also for more info. But I want to point out that even here with approaching judgment, there's hope from the Lord near the end of the little book. Hosea 5 verse 15 appears to be describing the Messiah leaving and returning to heaven after the resurrection, and this is due to his people's rejection of their Messiah, and then returning at the end of the Great Tribulation, which is that 7-year period when God's judgment is poured out on the whole world, but it's meant to drive Israel to their knees and back to their Messiah. At this point, the entire world is against Israel, which is what God has wanted all along. He wants them to turn to him. The surviving remnant of the Jews, which is 2/3 of the Jews are killed during this 7-year period, but the remnant recognize their spiritual adultery and call for the Messiah's return. He does, and this ends the tribulation, and at this point he destroys the Antichrist, the false prophet, and binds Satan for 1,000 years. Now here's the verses from Hosea 5:15. It says, I will return again to my place till they acknowledge their offense. Now notice that's singular. Then they will seek my face. In their affliction they will earnestly seek me. And then in chapter 6, verse 1 and 2, it says, come and let us return to the Lord, for he has torn, but he will heal us. He is stricken, but he will bind us up. After 2 days he will revive us. On the 3rd day he will raise us up, that we may live in his sight. Links are provided below, and may God richly bless you.